I'd like to call the meeting to order. To all persons deemed interested or affected by the town of Barnstable's Old Kings Highway Historic District Act under Section 9 of Chapter 470, Acts of 1973 as amended, you're hereby notified that a hearing will be held tonight on the applications listed on the agenda for Wednesday, November 9th, 2022. We'd like to remind applicants and audience members that we are an elected volunteer committee following the guidelines of the town of Barnstable's Old Kings Highway Historic District Act. Any applicant or interested party who is aggrieved by a decision of this committee has the right to appeal a decision to the Old Kings Highway Regional Historic District Commission. We ask that during the evening's proceedings, cell phones be turned off and conversations other than those before the committee take place outside this remote meeting. When an application is called, we ask the applicant and all interested parties and abutters to identify themselves. Lastly, as a best practice for meetings held remotely, when we may not be able to visually identify who is speaking, we ask all committee members and participants to identify themselves before making any motion or comment. Online audience members wishing to participate during the public comment section of the hearing, use the raise hand button to notify the chair. Dial-in audience members wishing to participate during the public comment section of the hearing should press *9 on their phone to notify the chair. All participants will be muted. You must be recognized by the chair to participate. First order of business, take roll call attendance. Beth McCarthy.
Present.
George Jessup. Okay, he's absent. Leslie Wallace.
Present.
Ryan Caholen.
Present.
Wendy Shuck.
Present.
And Paul Richard present. And seeing we're down a member, I appoint Wendy as a voting member for the evening. Okay. First application for the evening is my direct abutter, so I am going to have to recuse myself. And can we have a nomination for a temporary chair?
I'll nominate Beth.
Okay, can we have a second?
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
All in favor, roll call vote. Beth McCarthy,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Paul Richard, aye. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, take it over, Beth.
All right. Our first application this evening is for Julia R. Goldstein and William Stone Dow, 60 Stony Point Road, Barnstable, map 336, parcel 043, built 1959, and they want to construct a new 12 by 16 shed. Is the owner present?
Good evening.
Or
My name is-
representative to speak to this?
Yeah, hi, my name is Stone Dow. I am the owner of 60 Stony Point Road. And we are proposing a new build of a 12 by 16 shed. On the GIS map that Kate has pulled up there, you see in red the outline of where we would like to place it. It'll be built on site by salt spray sheds. Very similar to the style of the house, with white cedar shingles on the side, white painted AZEK trim, gray asphalt roof. We're proposing 3 stationary windows, 4 pane, 27-inch with black board and batten shutters. And then on the east side, a double pine beadboard door set in black. And that pretty much covers materials. In terms of location, as you can see on the maybe GIS map, there you go. Speaking with conservation, you'll notice there are 2 water resource areas, one to the east and one to the south. And so really the only option for us to stay outside of the 50-foot buffer was to place the shed just off the corner of the garage there. And so a little bit closer to the road than we would like, but we plan to maintain the wall of vegetation to the north and to the west so that the shed is really not visible from the road, except in the winter months. And so I
Okay,
think that's about it.
thank you very much. Leslie, do you have any comments to make about this?
No, I went by and there's a lot of foliage, trees and all. Probably what can't see much of it. And it looks nice, so it's fine with me.
All right, Brian, what are your comments about this?
I think it's appropriate. I think the location's appropriate as well.
Okay, thank you. And Wendy?
Yes, I think it looks great. I have no problems with the design of that. But just one question, curious more than anything, how close to the road is it? Do you know what the distance is?
I think measuring it out, the placement today, it'll still be about 15 feet from the roadway.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
I'm fine. There's a lot of vegetation there, as others have said, so I'm fine with it.
okay, thank you, Wendy. And I also visited the property and due to the amount of vegetation, I think it'd be barely visible and the structure is fitting and I don't have any issues. Does somebody want to make a motion to approve this?
Point of order, if I may, Kate Maldonado, Assistant Director of Planning and Development. Just want to make sure there's no members of the public at this time that have any
Oh,
comments.
sorry.
Not a problem. I don't see anyone raising their hand, but I just wanted to make sure there was the opportunity to do so. Okay, I don't believe there's any public comment. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve this certificate of appropriateness?
Sure, this is Ryan Cahola, and I make a motion to approve the certificate of appropriateness for William Stone and Dow and Julia Goldstein, 60 Stony Point Road, Barnstable, map 336, parcel 043, built in 1959 to construct a new 12 by 16 shed.
And a second?
Leslie Wallace, I'll second.
Very good. And roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Fine.
Brian Cahola,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and myself, Bette McCarthy, aye.
Thank you so much.
Project is approved.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Okay. Paul?
Good job, Beth. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, next application is Diana Ferreira, 104 Great Marsh Road, West Barnstable, map 89, parcel 005 and 004. Build new construction, single-family home that is approximately 4,000 square feet. Do we have the owner or representative here?
Hi, good evening. My name is Melina Fermo. I am Diana's contractor.
Okay, you want to give us a description of your project?
Yeah, can I share the screen with you all?
I'm not sure. Kate, you answer
Oh,
that?
okay. Just as I have the PowerPoint here. I'm not sure.
You can go ahead.
Okay, thanks. So this is the home that we're wanting to build. It's roughly 4,000 square feet. We're going to be doing white James Hardy clapboard siding, a grayish cobblestone gray asphalt shingles. We're going to be doing black Anderson series windows, a wood stained door, Grand Harbor garage doors. We feel that it's pretty much within the neighborhood. I know that majority of the neighbors have cedar shingles, but we were hoping that they would approve the James Hardy lap siding, but if not, that's not a problem for my customer.
Okay, is that it for your presentation or you have more?
I'm sorry, this is the first time that I've had to
Okay.
come before a committee, so I'm a little nervous. I'm
Right,
not
I
really
mean, we can
sure.
go to committee discussion and see if there's any questions you
Sure.
can answer.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to committee discussion. Bet?
I think the design is appropriate for the location and the materials look appropriate as well. I do not have any issues with the design or the materials as presented.
Leslie?
I know the subdivision and the homes are very nice. They're large. This will fit in very nicely. I have no problem.
Okay, Ryan?
Do we have a plot plan? I'd like to see where the construction is gonna sit on the property.
Or I can bring that up. Is it showing up?
I'm still looking at your front door and garage doors.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay,
Here we are.
Just have to stop sharing and then share again.
Okay. How's that?
perfect.
I don't know if you can see, it's about 70 feet from the sidewalk.
Yep, yeah, from the street. And that James Hardy material, is that some sort of composite? What is the material?
It's a 30-year clapboard siding. It is composite, yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I think given the location, I appreciate the setback from the edge of the road. I think it's appropriate.
Hey, Wendy?
Yes, I think the house is very attractive. I think it's fitting for the area, but I do have a couple questions. So in terms of the size of the house, I know in the application, it said 4,000 square feet, but then I think on page 4, it said like 4,900. And then when you add up the square footage, it was like 5,400. And maybe I'm adding things that I shouldn't be adding. So is it 4,000? I couldn't quite get a sense of the size.
So I think that maybe the architect, Carol, she's present. She can shed a little bit more light on that.
Yes. 1 second, let me get the page that we have the areas here. So if you go to A010, what happens is we summoned everything and even the porch area. So it's the gross floor area, 6,000, but the usable area inside is approximately 4,000. And right now, the client is has the intent to have the finished basement as well. So that would add a little bit more area on the.
Okay. And do you know, you may not know, but are there other houses in the neighborhood this size? I know I drove down there, they're big. I just don't have a sense of square footage.
I don't know. We could look up. I'm not sure if they have finished basements as well. I think since we first applied, the only thing here was that we closed the porch area.
Yeah.
That's have a little bit more area enclosed now.
Okay. And one last question. What is the material that you're going to use underneath the porch? Because I think I saw in one of the pictures. Is that like a stone?
You mean like on the foundation?
On the foundation, I'm sorry. Yes, on the foundation.
So the designer had added in like a veneer stone, but we're not doing that. It's just going to be an exposed foundation.
Okay. Okay, I'm good.
Okay,
Thank
all right,
you.
and one thing that you're gonna have to submit is a landscape plan that actually shows what shrubs you're putting in and trees and any plantings, grass area and all that. So over the next week or so, if you can just submit that landscape plan, you could take the site plan and just, shade in and take your colored pencils and draw stuff in, but spec, what shrubbery is gonna go. If you're gonna do the foundation and it's gonna show where that porch is, I would suggest you, and it does look like you have it in there. You've got plantings in front of the porch to hide the foundation. That was my real concern, was that cultured veneer. It looks more like Rhode Island stone wall, not really, brown native stone. So, other than that, and the hardy plank, is it smooth side out, rough side out?
A smooth side out.
Okay, all right, yeah, and going down there, no matter what the square footage is, this house doesn't seem any bigger or smaller than anything else in that area. There's some good sized houses in there.
Mhm.
And it's hard to see, you know, it's like every house that had clapboard on there was like this perfect paint job, which tends me to believe that it's composite siding. It's hard to get that perfect look with wood. I didn't see one bit of peeling paint anywhere in that area. So, you know, I would say for what's in that area, this is appropriate. Now, one of the other things, I know one of the abutters was talking about the roof colors on some other application, and I think it may have been an earlier application for the same lot. This one here is charcoal blend, I guess. Most of the other ones are like a weathered slate blend, a little darker than weathered wood, but either one is appropriate. So, you know, if you know, the owner of that development wants something other than that charcoal black, I would say discuss it with the homeowner. But as submitted, I would say it's appropriate. Is there any public comment?
Chair, this is Kate Maldonado. I do see Karen raising her hand at this time.
Hi, good evening. This is Karen Resendes at 121 Great Marsh Road, and it's more curiosity than anything, Milena. Did you build the house that is at the end of the beginning of Cedar?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. All right. It looks so much like it, and that's a great build. So, all right,
Oh,
very
what's
nice.
the address?
I don't know the exact address. It's down probably, it's on Cedar. If you're coming in from the Meeting House Church, it's on your right, and and it has that stone underneath the front porch. So that's what made me think.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
It's a
I
nice
know which
house.
one you mean. Yep.
All
I'll
right,
have to-
thank you.
Chair, this is Kate Maldonado. I believe there may have Joanne, excuse me if I'm incorrect, but I thought you may have wanted to speak to this item. Ms. Joyce?
Joanne.
So, no, I didn't have any comments.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
Okay.
At
Okay,
this time, I'm not seeing anyone else raising their hand.
okay, seeing no further public comment, can we have a motion?
Yes, this is Bette McCarthy, and I make a motion that we accept the certificate of appropriateness for Deanna Ferreira, 104 Great Marsh Road, West Barnstable, map 89, parcel 005/004, a new build to build new construction, single-family home that's approximately 4,000 square feet as submitted in the application. And also please submit a landscape plan in addition.
Thank
Can
you.
we have a second?
Ryan Cahola, and I'll second.
All in favor, roll call vote. Bette McCarthy,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Paul Richard, aye. Well, thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
Okay. Next application is Alan Davis, 161 Plum Street, West Barnstable, map 195, parcel 040, built 1984. 8x16 addition on the front of the residence to enlarge existing first floor primary bedroom. Do we have the owner or representative?
Hi, committee. This is Kevin Warner.
Good evening. You want to give us the rundown of the project?
I will. This is a little Cape style house sitting on Plum Street, which is a little dirt lane that winds between Oak Street and Church Street. So it's really tucked back into the woods. And it's a Cape style, but it has bowed rafters. And it's got natural cedars on the sides and white clapboard in the front. And we are going to add a little addition that's off to the left. And we're going to match the clapboard, the white painted clapboard. We're going to match the windows, which in this drawing, oddly enough, this drawing was done 15 years ago. They're just getting around to doing the addition now. But I noticed that the actual double hungs on the house are 12/12, and we'll be matching that grill pattern with the two windows on the addition. And then the addition has a flat roof, and we're putting a galley rail on top of it. Really, that's about it.
Okay, why don't we go to committee discussion? Bet?
I can say after living in Barnstable for over 30 years, I've never been down Plum Street before. So I think the house is and the addition is quite appropriate. Fits well with the design of the present home. And it's barely noticeable at all. So I'm fine with it.
Okay, Leslie.
Yep, that's down the street from me and it isn't noticeable. I kind of like the flat roof and the, what do you call it? The
Railing.
railing. I think it's gonna look nice, so fine with me.
Okay, Ryan.
Yeah, no exceptions. I think it's appropriate for the area. I think the materials are appropriate.
Okay, Wendy.
Yep, I think it's a beautiful home and I think the addition is fitting, so no concerns here.
And I agree with the rest of the committee. I think, material is appropriate. It's basically matching all existing, and I think it's fine. Is there any public comment?
Chair, this is Kate Maldonado. At this time, I do not see any members of the public raising their hands.
Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion?
Yes, this is Bette McCarthy, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness for Alan Davis, 161 Plum Street, West Barnstable, map 195, parcel 040, built 1984. To put an 8x16 addition on the front of the resident to enlarge the existing first floor primary bedroom as indicated in the plan so submitted.
Can we have a second?
Ryan Cahola, I'll second.
All in favor, roll call vote. Bette McCarthy,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Paul Richard, aye. Well, thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you, committee. Good night.
Thank you.
Okay, next application is Danubia DeMello, 8 Marble Road, Barnstable, map 316, parcel 028, built 1983. Add a farm front porch and covered patio with outdoor kitchen. Do we have the owner or representative?
Yes, how are you? Good evening. This is
Hello.
the,
You want to give us a description of what you're going to do?
sure, I'm using the phone. I don't really know how to do this.
Okay.
So it will be just, so on your right is the actual front of the house. So it will be just, I believe it's 8 foot to the front of the house and 8 to the left side of the house. That will kind of match of a little porch that we have already on the left entrance of the house, which is the picture on the left that you're looking at. So it's just going to be pretty much like extending that porch to the corner and then just kind of going around to the front. And it's just so beautiful. I've seen so many houses around with the porch and, with the farm style, which I love it. So we're looking to add that to the house. And in the back, we're looking to add the kitchen area, a covered kitchen area where we can just walk in from the inside of the house to the outside and just have the patio kitchen area covered, so be able to enjoy a little more. So we'll be just on the height of the first floor of the house. So there's it's not gonna go too much higher than what we do have a kind of a roof on that left side sliding door already. So it's gonna be, everything will be on the same height of that porch, of that covered area. Nothing will be unleveled on that end.
Okay, so why don't we go to committee discussion? Bette?
I don't have any issues with the proposed porch. I did notice some things on the property that I had some questions about, but from what's presented, the porch on the front and the covered patio for the outdoor kitchen, I don't have an issue with that.
Okay, Leslie.
Yes, where the porch wraps around, if you're looking at it, I guess to the left, and then feeds into another little porch. Is that open or, yeah, all right, see where they connect. Is that open so it's all one part of the porch, or is it closed off? Right there, yep.
Are you talking about like the junction of the two parts?
Yeah, does it follow through without a wall? See the wall, is there a wall there? So the one on the left is a separate little entrance and then you've got the wraparound, or is it open so you can walk all the way through to that door?
No, actually, it's not open. That little porch, the existing porch,
Yep.
it's an inclined roof. So it's closed up, but it's just
Okay.
like facing that porch on the opposite side, actually.
Yeah,
of-
okay, I was just wondering. Yeah, okay.
Okay, Ryan.
Maybe I missed it, but in one of the slides, it looked like the roofing maybe at the joint of the new porch and the existing roof. It almost looked like it was like a metal roof. I just want to make sure that yeah, it wasn't this picture. Yep, yeah, right there. Yeah, that right in there. So it's going to match existing roof pitch and roof line, but I assume that it's going to be asphalt shingle.
Let me double check. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I think that's the framing showing there.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, provided the materials match the existing roof, I'm good.
exactly. Will be the matching existing roof of the house. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Wendy.
Yeah, just one question. So underneath the porch, will there be any plantings there? Are you gonna put anything, between the porch and the ground?
I wasn't thinking of, no. I didn't get that far yet, but I wasn't thinking to have any big plants over there, no.
Okay. I don't know, do we need, is there a landscape plan need there, Paul, or?
No, you don't. No, you need a landscape plan for a new house.
Yeah,
Additions, you don't need it. Usually they tie in with what's existing and
yeah,
everything else. And if they decide to plant later, that's fine, but they don't have to submit a landscape plan. Okay. You good, Wendy?
yes, I am, sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, given the location and, the materials to match and, most of what's visible is on the front and that side anyway.
yeah.
I think it's appropriate. Is there any public comment?
Chair, this is Kate Maldonado. I'm not seeing any members of the public raising their hand at this time.
Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion?
Yes, this is Beth McCarthy. And I make a motion that we approve the certificate of appropriateness for Danubia DeMello, 8 Marble Road, Barnstable, map 316, parcel 028, built 1983, out of farm porch and a covered patio with an outdoor kitchen in the rear of the property, as submitted in the plans.
Can we have a second?
Ryan Cahola, I'll second.
All in favor, roll call vote. Beth McCarthy,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
I,
Paul Richard, aye. Well, thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
thank you.
Okay. Next up, minor modifications, none. Extensions, none. Under other, nothing. Approval of minutes from October 26th, 2022. Any corrections?
I did not When I read them, I did not see anything that came to my attention.
Okay.
in
If you,
here.
if you've read them, then you can vote on them. If you haven't read them, then abstain. Can we have a motion to accept the minutes from October 26, 2022?
This is Bette McCarthy, and I make a motion that we approve of the minutes of October 22nd, 2022 as submitted.
Can we have a second?
Ryan Cahola, and I'll second.
All in favor, roll call vote. Bette McCarthy,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Paul Richard, aye. All right, the next meeting is December 14th, 2022, the last meeting of the year, and my last meeting.
Oh.
Oh, finally, the hourglass is running out of time. So one thing I just want to have you guys discuss something, but only one-on-one, not as a group. Think of who's going to be chair next year, and so nobody gets blindsided by this. So, I would suggest a couple of emails back and forth, but only one-on-one, not a group of three. That's going to constitute a quorum. Keep it informal. Other than that, have a good evening.
Great.
Happy Thanksgiving.
See you later.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night, all.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.